In our last video.
Gutted. Like, it could be worse.
Yes, Scott, you're absolutely right, and it was about to. Welcome back to our channel, Life with the Bridges. For those who don't know us, this is me, Scott. This is my wife, Katie, and this is our son, Super Ted. We are the Bridge family, trying to get the most out of this rat race we all call life. In September 2021, we found our dreams had come true. We were expecting a new addition to the Bridge family. We spent the next 9 months, like any normal parents would, preparing our life for the arrival of our new baby boy. On the 11th of May 2022 at 11:11 AM, we were blessed with the birth of our son. He was perfect. We instantly felt love like we'd never experienced before, and our family of 4 we've always dreamed of was finally complete. We had the most magical first 8 months with Teddy, experienced all that life had to offer. Then, on the 24th of February 2023, our whole world got turned upside down when we got told our 9-month-old son had been diagnosed with high-risk AML Leukaemia.
Do not take life for granted.
We spent the next 6 months, 184 days to be exact, at Great Ormond Street Hospital. He endured 2 rounds of chemotherapy, a full bone marrow transplant, in hope that this would save our son's life. It was important to us that we documented every part of his journey to raise awareness and give childhood cancer the exposure it deserves. After riding the hellish and unpredictable storm, Teddy made it to the end of his treatment and rang that bell. You are joining us now in our next chapter of this journey at home at Bridge HQ as we try to rebuild our life and continue to spread awareness about what it's like to have a child post-cancer and transplant in hope that this second chance at life we've been given is forever. So if you're interested in following our journey, don't forget to like our videos, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell as we document our life as the Bridge family. In this video, you are joining us 3 days into being admitted into our local hospital with a double line infection.
Make you all handsome just in case any of the nice nurses come in and see you. Eh? There we go, super handsome. This bit at the back's got a mind of its own. Yes, I just did that before anyone asks. Lick and stick, the way forward. Just done your nails, brush your hair, wash the plaster sticker off. You've done your nails, yeah we did, didn't we? Look at you, you're brand new, mate. Beautiful boy.
Good night, darling. Oh. Oh.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Go.
Wake up.
Go, Bill. Good.
You off again?
Bye.
Oh, bye.
He's still presenting absolutely fine. A little bit tired, drinking ridiculous amounts of milk, but he's still doing well. Like, he could be going dramatically downhill, fevers, everything else. So we shall see. We shall see. But for now, I'm going to go and comfort my boy.
Always.
Dada. Yes, darling. Daddy. Yes, darling. Daddy. Aha. Hat.
Keep your head warm.
Chill.
Yes.
Chill.
Like mushroom.
Just going to go for some fresh air. I wish we were going home.
Oh, don't say that word.
Get some nice, deep, fresh oxygen in those little lovely lungs of yours. You having a snuggle? So I am heading home a little bit earlier than normal today because Kate got here a little bit later than usual, and also Willow needs walking. So yeah, I am exhausted, absolutely exhausted. Kate's just taking Teddy out for a walk. I'm just going to get home before dark so I can take the dog out. And it looks like we're going to be in here for a while. Yeah, some being on vancomycin, which is the drug that he's allergic to. It's administered every 6 hours, so there is no way they can ambulance patients, because there's no point going home, because every 6 hours he needs a dose, whereas the type that he was on beforehand was once a day, so it made sense to go home and only come in for that infusion. So yeah, we're hoping for some results back today, but when in the ward round, it just had no information whatsoever, and they just almost seemed like they didn't care, to be honest with you. But I don't know how much it affects us as families, just sitting in hospital when we could be at home. But we've got to stay here until we are confident that Teddy's okay. So, but for now, I'm going to head home and walk Willow and spend the evening getting some rest, because I'm back to Monday morning, back with clients tomorrow, so it doesn't stop. Oh, there's Kate and Teddy. Oh, it makes me so sad that they're walking on their own. Why does it have to be like this? It's so annoying. There they are, look. That's sad, that is. It shouldn't have to be like this. All this separation away from each other is not healthy. It's just so annoying. Oh. Right, let's go get some fresh air. I need it. Do you know what? It's the weirdest feeling when you're in hospital and you're tired and you're exhausted. Your mind just wants to be resting, and I just want nothing more than just to go to bed and sleep and get my head down and whatever. But the minute you step away from that hospital is when everything just... I just miss them. I just miss them. I just can't stop thinking if they're okay, and just whether they're going to have an okay night, and everything that you can't control, just because it's just awful, you know. Like, but when I was in hospital, all I kept thinking was like, I just can't wait just to be able to go to bed early tonight and get home and have some food and do all the things you can't do in a hospital. And when you step away, it's actually not what you want. What you actually... What you actually want is just to be all together and deal with it all together. Yeah, I just wish we could all just stay in the one room and not have to constantly be separated the whole time. But it is what it is. This was never going to be easy. It really wasn't, but goodness me. Madness. But anyway, I'm going to take this time to have some time to myself and enjoy this walk. And then, yeah, just keep touching base with Kate and Teddy to make sure they're okay. Good morning. It is Monday morning. I have been and done my clients, and I'm just out to get Willow out for a walk because I had a cancellation of my last client. So rather than shoot to the hospital straight away, I'm going to quickly walk Willow. So yeah, when Kate gets home, she can just chill out and doesn't have to worry about having to walk Willow. It's meant to be -2 in the UK today. Apparently meant to have some snow. It is absolutely freezing. So yeah, another reason to get her out so Kate doesn't have to worry. But As I said, today's Monday. We are hoping for a good day. What Monday means in a hospital environment is that all our staff members, so in our local hospital, our CNSs, the people that we liaise with, the people with the knowledge and the know-how of Teddy's journey are back in work, which means makes things a little bit more productive. And hopefully we'll get some answers and people that can put their foot on the gas and put the pressure on the microbiology team to actually give us some answers. So looking forward to that. We are still completely left in the dark in terms of how long we're going to be. We've done some Googling of how long vancomycin treatment is for, and it says 7 to 10 days. And I think the only thing that could save us and get us out of hospital a little bit earlier is if we start getting some negative results on his cultures. So day 1 he had cultures taken, day 2 he didn't, but day 3, 4 and 5 we have had cultures taken every day. So we've had a good run of cultures. We just need the results back to see whether they're negative of any line infection. As of yesterday at 7 o'clock, vancomycin had been treated for 24 hours. So obviously if we know that that's the drug that is going to be reacting well against the bug, and he's realistically only had about 30 hours worth of that antibiotic against this bug. So hopefully by the end of tonight at 7 o'clock that'll be 48 hours worth of treatment of the right antibiotic, hopefully, and fingers crossed that will get that bug under control. So far, according to Kate this morning, there seems to still be no rash. And vancomycin, as we've said before, is the drug that has basically turned Teddy upside down in the past and given him the most horrendous rash, also known as red man syndrome.
How you doing, mate? Are you doing okay? You still fighting?
So hopefully that continues and he is just maybe in a different situation to how he was, because last time he got it he was up to his eyeballs in chemo and had cancer in the system. So who knows, but for now we're just going to walk this dog, get home, and then I'm going to pack my stuff and head to hospital and start our day. Well, it's officially snowing. Best I get to hospital quick. And hope we don't get stuck. Let's go.
Another morning starts and more blood taken to be sent off for cultures. And for anybody that doesn't know what cultures is, it's where they take blood and send it off to the lab to look under a microscope to see if there are any infections or bugs growing over a 48-hour period.
So it is 12 o'clock here. So cute that he started feeling comfortable napping in our bed. And so you just give him a cuddle. He goes, snuggle, snuggle. And you just give him a cuddle and he just turns himself over and naps there, which is just amazing. Still got his drugs going in, so the fact that he can sleep for all his medication is just amazing. We had some relatively good news this morning that one of his lines is now come back as negative in terms of the cultures, so we hope that continues. We just need the other line to come back as negative, and then from that moment it's 10 days that we are being admitted in the hospital of vancomycin treatment to get rid of these bugs from the first negative culture. So if the white lumen comes back as negative, that'll be from Saturday, and we're now Monday, so we're looking at discharge next Monday, basically, which is ludicrous, absolutely ludicrous. But I've said from the start, all the time he is well, the rest doesn't matter. We'll work out work, we'll work out the dog, we'll work out home, we'll work out sleep, we'll work out everything else another time. He is the priority, and that will continue to be that way. So but hopefully he will nap for a while, get some energy up, and then we can spend the rest of the day playing. Teddy, I've got to show you this. This is incredible. It's going to be pretty cold for a minute, but it's snowing in the UK. Can you see the snow? What do you think, Ted? Can you see it? It's snowing! Wow! I don't expect you to appreciate it, mate, because you've just woken up, but Daddy's quite happy. Snow's good fun, especially if you're weird and it turns yellow. I mean, it's quite magical, the snow, but I'd rather not be experiencing it in the hospital, to be honest. At least we're nice and warm, Ted. Hey! Silly.
Lucky.
Blippi.
Blippi!
Yes, Blippi. What a pain in the ass.
Lucky.
If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray. Beginning. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray. Yay! High five. Ugh.
Ooh, ooh. Wow. Daddy. Bang. Shut. Boss.
It's a whale.
Look. Look. Looky. Looky. Look. Tap, tap. Lions.
Even though Teddy was presenting so well, little did we know things were going to go from bad to worse.
And the journey continues. Another day draws to a close. Another step forward. Another 2 steps back. So, to recap, Teddy had 2 line infections. Both were staph, which is a bacterial disease that you can get off your skin. Started treating with an antibiotic called Tyke, and it wasn't responding to Tyke, so then started treating with the second antibiotic called vancomycin, which he's allergic to and had a rash in the past from. We're now 2 or 3 days in now to said antibiotic, and all going well. We received some really good and positive news that one of the lumens had come back for negative cultures from 3 days ago. So we were just hoping that as long as the second line came back with negative cultures, we were on the win. Bear in mind, a win is 10 days worth of treatment in hospital. That's a good scenario. So then, hold you there. Just got in the car, I need to drive home, so I'll update you when I get home.
Apologies, I just needed to get home and drive and let Willow out for a wee, so I'm going to continue on from where we were. We started off the day knowing that potential treatment plan would be up to 10 days, and so we were looking at treatment for the next 10 days in hospital because the antibiotic that he was on is every 6 hours, so you can't really go home and be ambulated from hospital to come in for it because it's not worth it. By the time you get home, you're going to have to come back in for the transfusion. Then we had a call from microbiology saying that they thought it could be contamination, and the staph bug in the lines is under the staph family, but they're actually 2 different bugs. And either way, microbiology said that for whatever reason, which we weren't ever sure with, they were happy that if the next couple of days worth of cultures were negative, that we could just come off all antibiotics and assume that it could have been contaminated by people taking the blood from the lines and whatever, not actually be a problem in Teddy's line. So we were like, well, okay, but they did say to us that this needs to be run through GOSH, and GOSH are more than likely going to say, no, we're not happy with this. We want to run the full course of vancomycin, the antibiotic, but it may not be 10 days, it might just be 5 days, which we would take and be happy with. So we were really happy. 30 minutes later, we get told by a doctor and our CNS, our community nurse specialist that we know really well, and another nurse are all congregating outside our door, putting gloves on, aprons, and we were like, oh, something's gone wrong, something's happened. And they basically come in and told us that one of Teddy's lines is now growing yeast. Now, I instantly was like, oh, that doesn't sound too bad. It's like a bit of yeast, we'll just get rid of it, right? And it turns out it's not that easy. So yeast infection is a fungal infection. So the staph in both of his lines that he had was a bacterial infection, and this can be addressed with antibiotics. The fungal infection is different because it can get to all of your organs. Now, we found this out about an hour ago, and I've obviously just driven home. We need to basically have a crazy amount of tests on Teddy tomorrow to check his heart, his lungs, his liver, his eyes, anywhere that yeast can congregate, just to check that this yeast infection that is growing in his lines hasn't already made its way to his organs. So all of these things have been ordered tonight in preparation for them to happen tomorrow, and it's gutting. It really is gutting. But if it has made its way to any of his organs, then obviously treatment will need to start, and what that looks like we don't even know. But more to the point, they have an extremely low threshold in taking out Teddy's centre line, and so that would mean a one-way ticket up to Great Ormond Street Hospital to have the line removed from his heart, which has been in there since the day that we got his diagnosis and got shipped up to Gosh. They put a line in to have all his bloods and antibiotics and medication and everything run through. That line will have to come out. What that then means is, I think it's up to about 48 hours worth of cannula fitted in his hands, so they can still take and remove blood and give medication. And then Gosh will need to basically come up with a plan whether they want to put another line in, or whether they want to put a port in, or whatever. That is all one of the many unknowns. So worst case scenario, it's got into his organs and they start to present themselves. They said they were pretty happy that he hasn't presented in one way or another. So his heart rate is still stable. He hasn't had any fevers. He hasn't had any sickness. So they are good signs that it may not have reached his organs or gone to his organs yet. But that doesn't mean it won't happen, and it also doesn't mean that it hasn't happened, but it hasn't started taking an effect on Teddy. So tomorrow's tests, we should also find out about any more blood cultures, what they're coming up, so whether the culture after the one that was tested positive for yeast is still infected with yeast, or whether it got eradicated by the antibiotics. What's happening now is that they're doing something called a vancomycin lock. So the lumen that comes out that is infected, they're basically going to lock off that line and put the antibiotic, the vancomycin, in there and leave it in there. So hopefully it works in attacking the bug and the yeast. They are also going to give him an antifungal medication starting as of tonight to try and combat against this yeast infection in his line. And that's pretty much where we're at. But the bottom line, I said to the doctor, like, I've been a realist from day one of his diagnosis. Give it to me now. Is it likely that this line is going to come out? And her words to me were, we are going to have a very low threshold to remove that line. So if any of the organs or anything is affected by yeast, that line is coming out. Now that just means that we're going to have to drop our life down here in our home, and we're going to move up to Gosh until the line is removed and the decision is made. And yeah, but the positive out of all of this, somehow Teddy is still absolutely fine. Touch wood. He is still presenting really well. He's still drinking a whole heap of oat milk, sleeping really well, and is just in the most cuddly, snuggly, incredible mood that we've ever seen. Like, it's almost like he knows like something's not right. And yeah, it's truly gutting. And to be completely honest with you, I'm just numb, exactly like I was with diagnosis. I was numb. My barriers are high. It's fight or flight, and we're in fight mode. And so we're gutted, absolutely gutted, because in the space of an 8-hour day, we got told that we've got to have a 10-day admittance to have this vancomycin for 10 days to get rid of his line infections. Then we got told we can be released in 2 days provided the cultures are clear. Then we've just been told that we're potentially going to have to have his line removed. All in the space of a day. So that is why, ladies and gentlemen, anyone that is going through any troubles or trials and tribulations of life, when we say take it minute by minute, day by day, it legitimately means we need to take it day by day. We cannot look at any further than tomorrow, because getting to tomorrow is a blessing. Knowing that anything between now and me turning up there tomorrow at 8 o'clock after my clients, if we get to that stage with no fevers, sicknesses or anything else happening to Teddy, it's a blessing. So yeah, wounded, absolutely wounded, but I've waffled enough. I just wanted to make sure that it was all very clear what was going on as best as I can. We don't know, there is about 100 unknown things, but as this journey unfolds, we will keep you updated as we always have done. And I hope it makes sense, because not a lot of it makes sense to us, but that's the best way I can try and explain it to you in terms of where we're at with Teddy and his road to recovery. So, but for now, it's phoned down for me tonight. I need to get some sleep, some food in me, and then we go again tomorrow. But today is Monday the 8th, and yeah, this is a good time to end the video. Thank you for everyone that has been following our journey. This is probably one of the roughest patches we have ever been through since Teddy's discharge and his road to recovery. So make sure you come back for our next video to understand what happens with this yeast infection and all his line troubles, whether we end up in GOSH, is it going to be in his organs, yada, 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 yada. As you can tell, this is so exhausting on us, and so we're doing our best to keep everything updated. Don't forget to like these videos, subscribe to our channel, and remember guys, live for today, as tomorrow is never promised. This is me checking out. Come back for our next video.